You the type that'll change your life, make them.
Hey, this is Ace the Real IntellectualRadio.com. I'm back down in the crown. You feel me? Chime in, people. Yes, we got a lot to talk about today, especially the trial of George Floyd and the little young man. Not only that, my namesake, Dante Wright, how the police just mowing them down and they want to say that it was an accident and things of that nature. So we got a lot going on. And we're going to also talk about the protesting, you know what I'm saying? And now it's time for us to get together. Now you see the black and brown. They look at us as equal, but at the same time, they treat us like we're the corporates of the drama that's on the street. Now, if we're going to fight for something, we're going to fight for this. I ask every black and brown person that's out there in the world and that's in the city of Chicago, it's time to band hands and stop being negative towards each other because we actually helping them destroy us. You see that it's a lot of killings, shootings, drive-bys, highway drive-bys that's unnecessary. How you doing, Miss Laura? I see you. I see you, Auntie Carmelita. I see you. Thank you for chiming in. Y'all see it, what's going on out there. And it's not, I don't want y'all to be oblivious of what's going on, but y'all need to be mindful. While we sitting here going against each other, these people are chopping us off too. So it's like a double-headed sword. It's time for us to really get it together. Get it together within ourselves, get it together within our minds and our heart. Also get it together with God. Prayer works. Hey, Miss Betty, I see you, sister. It was a tragedy when I saw the video of the little Toledo boy, Latino. My prayers and everything goes out to their families, in their neighborhood. These people these police actually treat us like we're garbage. They want to use their guns against us, but you got to also think about we using the guns against ourselves. When you shoot a young brown boy and a young black boy, you're taking away the history and the legacy of who we are. Now, what I'm mad about is this 18-year-old boy that actually fed him the garbage to walk down the street with a gun. He survived, but the little boy died. What person in their right mind will take a baby out there just to go shooting because you got a gun? That little boy didn't even see his life, come full circle. He was just in 7th grade. He's very naive. These kids are so easy to be influenced. Back in the day, they used to call it peer pressure back in my day. Now they calling it influence. Why do us, I'm not going to say us because I'm not going to influence no little young boy to carry a gun. I'm going to influence him to do something right with his life because I know the struggle that he'll face because I was one of those people too. But it took me to go through a lot of experiences in my life to see that road wasn't what it is. I got friends, family that did 35 years in prison or better or less. Anything, you don't need to go to prison. You actually doing them a favor. I think I talked about it on my last show that it's 2,500 prisons in the United States. But when they first started the prison system, it was only 750. You see it's more black and brown that's in these penitentiaries helping them get this money from the government so they can house us. And a lot of us, I'm be honest, we did the crime. We should do the time. But then we got a percentage of people that was forced to take time for a crime that they didn't commit because they was influenced by people on the street thinking that they're going to have street cred. You don't get street cred like that. Street cred come from the things that you do for the community. See, a lot of people don't understand that. And that's what's out your household. You got to go back to the basics. You got to have home etiquette. You got to have table etiquette. You got to have communication with other folks. And it ain't about negative all the time. Why y'all can't talk positive into existence? Positivity, uplifting. That's too much to ask because you too busy want to be with the Joneses. It's time now. Look at it. Within 3 weeks, 3 people then got shot. And it's all over the news. And if you look at the history of black and brown people, that's all they've been killing is the legacy of our people. And when I say our people, the people that struggles, that have to go out here every day and work for their earnings and do what's right for their families. I was one of them street dudes too. But at the same time, you grow up. You get to a certain age where that stuff don't matter no more. It's about creating your own destiny, your own longevity, your own infinity. You got to think about those things because it's really hurtful to see a mother's cry about her child. It's hurtful to see a father cry for his child. Now, I can't talk for a woman because I'm not a woman. I'm a man. So I can only give you a man's perspective. And we as men have to be the leaders of the household, not being controlling. A woman got to be submissive to you. No, you need that strong woman to keep you in check because we can always fall over on the wayside. What's up, Waynsky? I see you watching me, brother. What's up with you? Love you, man. Sylvia, I see you. Miss Bonner, I see you too. You know, you got to ask yourself, is this what you want to leave your legacy? Not just you per se, you as a man, we project what's going on in the street. If one mess up, we all being labeled. So, it ain't, well, it's him, not me. No, because at the end of the day, it only take one bad apple to mess up the whole basket of apples. And we need to love each other first. You got to love yourself first. Love yourself by not doing things that's going to get you 50 years in jail. Now, that's easy said and done coming from me. But I mean, you have to be able to be realistic with yourself. Me too. I'm when I talk to y'all, I'm talking about me too. Because I'm not perfect. We all not perfect. But we can make a better, perfect life if we do the perfect things. The normal, common sense things will make it perfect. Don't go out there shooting somebody because you mad at the world today. Don't get on the expressway flashing guns. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what the next person got in their car. You know what I'm saying? So we, as human beings, we got to love mankind. You got to love yourself. If you love yourself, you'll love mankind because we are a part of mankind. We are a prodigy of God. I don't care what color you is. You could be gray, green, purple, or orange. We are the prodigy of God. And he give us a mindset to make decisions on our own. Now, all the decisions that we make in our life ain't the best, but I'd rather for you to make decisions that's not going to get you 50 years in jail or you being in a pine box and everybody crying and wearing T-shirts. Thank you, Yolanda. I'm glad to see you too. I'm back down. So, when I had these conversations, I just want y'all to be open-minded and ask yourself these things. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself, is this what you want to do? This is where you want to be. If you talk it in existence, then it'll come. You got to surround yourself with positive peoples, positive things. See some outside the normal life that you live. I know, Auntie. She says some don't even know anything about love. They are too busy trying to get what they can, no matter of the cost. And that's the truth. You know, everybody trying to have a come up. But do you destroy the next person to have your come up? Or you come up by, working hard. And then when you get to a certain point, you reach back and grab the second person that's trying to come up just like you. They might have new ideas. So if you give them the blueprint, then they could be able to go and take off like a jet. We have to strive for the best. Because if you can't love yourself, nobody else gonna love you better than you. A person can say, I love you. Oh, I'm in love with you. But you got to be in love with yourself. You got to love yourself first. And then that's going to project out. And then that's what's going to bring that positive energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no guru. I'm not a life coach. I'm just a person like you that struggles. And sometimes I need a talking to. I can't talk to everybody, and I don't have the answers. So what I do, if I have a conversation, maybe I can learn from you all. It's the common things. I've been sitting back and I've been watching a lot of things and observing a lot of things. And I don't like what I see. Can I change it? No. What I can do is change my perspective and the way I do things. And maybe somebody can catch on and maybe like, man, I want to be like Ace. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I don't point fingers or call names. But since I've been doing radio, a lot of people, I'd seen people in other states, now they starting their podcast because of me. They'll say, Ace, I'm doing this because you started it. You got me thinking about it. Okay, do that. If I can help somebody, with an idea. See, your legacy, and if you wanted to get into some type of business and you trying to take off, it got to be an idea first. You take the idea, then it becomes a hobby. And then after a hobby, it becomes a business because now you walking that road. Like when you open up a business, the first 3 years, the first year you might go up under 3/4. The second year you might hit half. The third year you might just break even. But that fourth year, you start seeing residuals in anything you do. Start right now is the best time for people to get into the business that you always wanted to start. You start off small. If it's a hairline, clothing line, t-shirt line, earrings, lipstick, lip gloss, if it's hair, weave, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Be the best in it. My stepdaughter, Latrice Brown, I am so proud of her because she went and opened up to her own business. She's doing a boutique. She got all type of apparel. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it's a struggle. Yes, she got to learn marketing and management. And, when you open up a business, it's going to be hard work. Ain't nothing coming to you free. So, with that being said, we have to start the new Wall Street. That little 10K, 20K, 1,400 that y'all got from the government, instead of going out there getting your hair and nails done or wearing tight pants, buying you some Jordans, get involved with something that you always wanted, even if it's colognes, perfumes, eyelashes, the things, the necessities that people want every day. Beauty is a big thing for the men, and being gentlemanly like men's like that, get into the ties, cufflinks, You know, it's how you market yourself. Because if you sit here on these streets, what you think these police gonna do? They're gonna mow you down. Look at it. Turn on your TV. First thing you hear, a baby been shot. 13-year-old, 15-year-old's been shot in the crowd at a party on the block. The same MO every time. How you doing, Yolanda? I see you, sweetie. And and it's tiresome. Don't nobody got time to hear the negative. The first thing you turn on the TV, the first thing you hear is negativity. But getting into that, and I'm a safe way off of that into this. Now we could talk about this systematic racism, and I'm gonna explain it. Like, for example, it's a commercial. They talk about the pill, about the this pill that you take, that it will take the AIDS trace out your blood, right? And if you go for an AIDS test, this pill will, they can, it be undetected that you have AIDS, and it'll be hard for you to transmit it. Now, I'm not talking about the pill per se. If they got a wonder pill to help these people with AIDS and HIV, fine. Now, check this out. This is what I'm talking about when it come down to systematic racism. Now, on the commercial, the first thing they show is a black man, young black man with another young black man playing basketball. Then they show another black man with a dancer. But then they'll show you a black woman with a white man, heterosexual. Then they'll show you a white man with a black man. You know what I'm saying? But they don't show you the heterosexual people that can catch AIDS by having unprotected sex. They targeting gay people, you know, and then they targeting black young men in a setting that they're on a basketball court. They could be fishing, they could be lifting weights. You know what I'm saying? AIDS is not a gender or a race. It's a disease for all people. And that's what I talk about, systematic racism. Now, they had cut a mustard about a commercial, a Cheerios commercial. It was a black man with a white woman, and they had a mixed kid. It was a big thing on the internet about that. But as long as you got a white man with a black woman, they glorify that, because a white man thinking they already superior over a black man anyway. So for him to date or marry a black woman, he got a trophy. You feel me? It's a trophy for him. Y'all should have known that a few years ago when the Jackie Robinson West, the little boys won the championship fair and square. It took a white man to follow this boy all the way to Justice, Illinois, just to see him get out of the car and go into an apartment over there in Justice, Illinois. And that's his father's house. But when he in the city with his mother, he go to school in the city. But because he was with his father, they took the championship away. Just last year, they gave the championship back because they had to go to court about it. They had to put all their business out there. But let me tell you about the white man that told on him. He's married to a black woman. He was. So how you think she felt? You went about against these little black kids in the hood that's doing something good about themselves. You got mad because he wouldn't go on your team. So you want to throw him out to the wolves and make them look, embarrass them after they worked hard and they beat some Chinese kids. And you know, Chinese kid, that team was one of the ultimate best. And these little kids from the hood beat them. When they took that trophy, you took their ambition, their goal, their motivation away from them. Because you was mad because that little boy didn't want to play on your team. The boy went to Mount Carmel, the one that I'm talking about. Now he went to Mount Carmel. He went to college. He got a full ride in college. And he might get picked up for the pros because he was persistent and he did not let nobody knock his spirits down. That's what I talk about systematic racism. Think about this. The white boy that go in there and kill all them people. When he came out, he was alive with a bulletproof vest on. When the young brother that was out in the suburbs and he went into that factory and killed all them people, y'all wanted to tear his head off. Y'all wanted to feed him to the alligators. Y'all say it's a mental problem when it come down to a little white boy going into a school, killing all them people. He was mentally disturbed. He didn't take his medicine. But when a black boy do that, even though both events are wrong, both events are wrong. But here you want to put his background out there. He was a menace to society. He need to be locked up. Y'all need to kill him. You know, it's a difference. It's a different standards. Because I got melanated skin. But you want our organs, though. You want, when we put donation on our IDs, if we die today, tomorrow, next week, you'll be right there with the kitchen knife trying to cut my liver out because you want to give it to some little white kid. You know what I'm saying? You think about those situations. Systematic racism. Look at it. When you're trying to get unemployment, remember when this pandemic, it was millions of people couldn't get unemployment because somebody in the inside messed around with those computers and was giving dead folks checks. How could they get a $3,500 check and they been here for 10 years? So it had to be an inside job. But the people that actually need it, they couldn't even get a idea, a date, anything. People, businesses going up under, right down the street. Any time a White Castle closed, a Burger King closed because of the pandemic. I mean, these franchises losing. I'm not talking about the franchise because they can recover. They can make it bankruptcy and they can get that money back some way, somehow. What's up, cuz? I see you. But systematic racism is real in our educational field, in our medical field, in our housing, jobs. Me and a white boy got the same type of experience and the know-how, but because I'm dark-skinned, they'll give him the job before me. We intimidate them because we're outspoken. We want the same rights as the others. They say when this presidency was going on with Donald Trump and he was going out the back door, they say we're not true Americans. How was that? And we was here first. You know, you got to look at the systematic racism. Young black man, young black boy, do something, they put his picture on the face, on the television. Put it all out there. Young lady, if she did something, they promote him hard in a negative light. The little white boy, the first thing they'll say, well, because he's underage, we're not permitted to show his picture. But you put Yummy, Toledo, and everybody else that was up underage, y'all put their picture out there. You got to look at the systematic racism in your community. I'm in the Morgan Park area. They won't do the streets in Morgan Park, but they'll go right across the I-57 and the gateway to get to Evergreen. You see all type of construction. You see lights put up. You see the white lines being sprayed in the streets. Here it is. We can't even get a light bulb in front of our house. Go in the low income neighborhoods and see how dark the block is. Do you see those people in them orange trucks coming up there to cut the trees and, the city trees, cut them down and put light bulbs in there? No, you don't. So that's a open door for robbery, rapes, murders. That's systematic racism to me. When you got a white cop because you got a nice car and you driving regular, but because you got a baseball hat on, or you got dreads, or you got a face mask, now they telling us to wear face masks. I remember you couldn't even walk in the bank without, if you had a scarf around your face, the security got his hand on his gun, ready for you to make a move. He's going to blow your wig back. Now, it's easy to go in there. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's a difference because we are melanated people. And I'm tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of our babies dying. What we gonna do about it? What we gonna do about it? What we gonna do as a united front? And I'm gonna say this again. Stop trying to be your kid's friend. My kids ain't my friend. They're my kids. I love them dearly, but them not my friends. I don't have friends. I have associates. I got loved ones. Friends, they come and go. I got brothers, God brothers. That friend, I remember my mama said, you don't got no girlfriend. That book is your girlfriend. Maybe that's what y'all need. This in-house learning, I know it's hard. It's taken away from the kids getting that up in personal contact with the teachers. And these teachers need to chill out too. Y'all expecting too much. And I understand that y'all trying to be healthy, but what are you in the educational field for if you're not trying to think about the kids? When you think about your student, you're thinking about your children, especially if you got kids that's in public school or private school. Now they opening up these shots. Get them kids them shots. I took it. Yes, your arm going to be sore. You might be a little lightheaded. Don't get the Johnson & Johnson. I tell anybody that. Don't do Johnson & Johnson. But get the Moderna and the Pfizer. The very beginning of this whole pandemic, and they was trying to make this drug, it was Pfizer and the Moderna. I took the Pfizer, the 2 shots, after I had COVID. And COVID is real, and I'm going to keep preaching it. Y'all go take them shots. Stop being scared. Y'all take the flu shot, and y'all get sick right after the flu shot. And I haven't heard anybody from the Pfizer or the Moderna getting blood clots. Yes, a lot of people fainted. A lot of people got lightheaded, even I. I was scared for a minute, but life goes on. You got to keep moving. If you think about it and you stressing about it, that's when it gets to you, because it's going to mess with you mentally first before it get physical. If you have you done this? I'm sick. Mentally, you telling yourself you sick. Then physically you start getting sick. But if you sick and you was like, I'm finna beat this, you motivating yourself. You taking the necessary medicines to bust up out of that sickness. And then after a few days, you good. 90% mental, 10% physical. You got to work your mind before you can work your physical, your body. You have to pump your mind up and say that you're going to do this. Or you're going to, like when you tired and you know you got to get up for work. You want that extra 15 minutes, but after that 15 minutes, you popping right up because you know you got to go make that money, right? That's about life. That's about your household. That's about the street, your community. That's a shame that you can't say good morning, sister or brother. They looking at you stupid. But if I called you out your name, you like that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do the things that kept me alive for 50 years. I'm gonna stay away from people that's still out there trying to live that life. More power to you. But I'm not gonna hang on no blocks. Them block days is over for me. Going to them house parties, you can't even go to a house party. Somebody riding down the alley want to shoot 8 people, 2 died. Why? Because ain't none of that stuff out there yours. This my set. This is my hood. Yeah, you live in the hood. You hang out on the block, but it ain't yours. You ain't got the deed to nothing. Because if these white folks want to take it, they'll take it from you quick. I used to say, man, this is my projects. This is our building. For years we said that. But when they put that wrecking ball on it, boy, I felt so empty. I felt so empty. Because it wasn't nothing I can do to stop it. And when we had the chance to stop it, we continued doing what we normally do. What's up, Mark? I see you, brother. T. Moody, my cousin, love you. But, let's have a conversation about how we're going to succeed for the rest of our life. I got maybe 50 more in me. I made the first 50. I can do another 50. I'm not saying that I'll be dead in 70 and all of that. No, I want to live 100 years or better. And we have seen it happen. We got aunties and uncles and great grandmamas that's still living, that still got their mentality, that can still educate you. We as human beings got to start thinking human, not inhuman, not inhumane. I love you too, cuz. I see you. What could I do? Only thing I could do is put it out there in existence. Now we marching for this young 13-year-old. And what I did like, the positive that I liked out of that it was black and brown out there protesting. It was black and brown out there for Dante Wright. It was black and brown out there for George Floyd. That's a sign of unity. Why should I be mad at a person that's not my race? Why should I be mad at my own race? Why are we mad anyway? At the world, and the world ain't did nothing to you. You got to go out there in the world and get what you want. You have to work, not take. Like these young brothers doing these carjackings. Y'all don't go carjacking to go try to get the car and take it to a chop shop. Y'all want to ride in the hood like it's yours. And then soon the police get behind you, you want to speed. Now you finna kill yourself. Or you going to kill the people that's in the car with you. You might survive and everybody else die. But you should have just felt like you wanted to die too, because now you finna do 100 years. And they finna play with your soul in there. Because you got people that ain't never coming home. And they see fresh meat come up in there, you already know he finna come and get your cornbread, especially when you don't know these guys in the joint that ain't never coming home got a whole different system. Their world is behind them walls. And what they got going on in their society, if you don't get in where you fit in at, you gonna be somebody's punk. Especially if you claiming these these gangs and you really don't know what you're claiming because they gonna question you. And if you ain't saying the right exact things, they gonna feed you to the wolves. And then when you do come home, they gonna want you to sign a paper saying that you had a homosexual encounter. And if you don't, you're gonna have to serve out all your time until your MR date, your mandatory release, if anybody knows about that. So, what we gonna do as humans, what we gonna do as a race of people, let's fight for something that's real: equality, change, love, respect. You can't play God. You can't play God. You can't. Who told you you was better than anybody else? Who gave you that right? I don't care what you represent, who you represent, what fraternity, sorority, what organization that you in. If it's doing something positive in the community, I'm down with it. But if you out there terrorizing your community, you need to be locked up. Because we finna be if we ain't not grandfathers and grandmothers, we right up the hill from it. They calling us old school now. And a lot of people don't like that. You got people my age still thinking they young. That's fine if you feel young. But at the same time, you're not. You're supposed to be a protector, a teacher, a person that console when somebody is hurting. You're supposed to be the educator. And you got to tell the story, what got you to where you at now. And everybody got a story to tell. Good, bad, or the ugly. Let's make our own agenda. When I say that, your agenda on what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, ride with that. And don't let nobody destroy that. If you want to get to a place where you want to buy your own home or you want to invest in something that's going to bring generational wealth, this is the best time to do it. You got ideas, you got goals that you want to accomplish, write them down and start from the biggest one to the smallest one. Because the biggest one is going to take time. But at the same time, when you're taking that time to accomplish that goal, you're experiencing the downfalls and the upticks. It's up to you to make that call. Can't nobody tell no grown person how to live. Now, if you want to still be out there in that life, then you looking the death horse in the eye. I'm not trying to die like that. Y'all already know. I can't take too many of those them stresses and IVs and stitches and staples and up under the knife. I can't do that. I can't. My body can't do it. I think all my lives that I did have saved, I think all of them about used up. So the last one, I'm going to enjoy it. Because I don't want to be a memory. I don't want to be a t-shirt. I want to be a right now person. Talk to me now. Don't pray to me later. Don't cry at my funeral. I want y'all to party. But I'm going to be 100 years old when y'all come to mine, so I might outlive some of y'all. Hopefully y'all some of these young folks can outlive me. But I'm outliving young folks that ain't even have an opportunity. Young ladies coming up missing. They steal human trafficking. They finding people in rivers and lagoons and garbage cans. And for my gay families out there, you brothers and sisters that's living that life, stop trying to trick these people. Because some people can't be tricked. And if you trick them, they might trick you into something. So stop doing that. If you're gonna be a trainee, be a trainee. Let it be known up front. Let you take away somebody's option when you try to play these games. Stop that. And you young ladies, stop stepping up to these men because y'all gay and think y'all can fight these boys like that. Because at the end of the day, y'all still girls. I don't care about your preference. I don't care nothing about that. That's between you and God. So I'm not commenting on that. What I'm talking about, you walking around here thinking you tough, and one of these grown men hit you in your jaw and break it. Yeah, you might shoot him, you might stab him, but on the toe-to-toe tip, y'all can't handle that. So stop that. And some of you young men, y'all walking around here, y'all need to stop that too. Be who you are and be and let it be known what you are and who you are. Stop trying to play these games. Stop catfishing. Because a lot of you little young brothers and sisters that's in that lifestyle, y'all coming up. Stop trying to be so nasty. I'm just going to call it like a spade a spade. Stop being nasty. How you live your life, that's fine. I'm not commenting on that. Protect yourself. Go to the doctor frequently. Check yourself. You want to have longevity? Take care of you. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to make moves now. I was reading in the paper the other day, which I already knew. Evanston is doing reparations. How y'all feel about that? If you're a longtime resident in Evanston, they're beginning a program where some of the families can receive some benefits of reparations. Now, only my opinion, reparations to me is education, free health care. If your family, which all of our families are descendants of slaves, we get a big lump sum. Then we get, for the rest of our life, we get a monthly check that's beneficial. And anybody, our kids and their kids get it too. That's generational wealth that they took away from us, So give it back. Now, I don't know if you're going to get the 40 acres and a mule, but I can guarantee you this. If you search a little bit longer, you might find out that your family's property has been stolen, and they used the governmental system to keep it. But if it was a crime committed, your family deserved to get their land back, point blank. And anything that's built on your land, if the people that owns that company or whatever the case may be, if they still want to be in play, they have to give you shares of what you made, what they made actually over the years. So when you're talking about reparations, you're talking about a lot of things. And the best thing to have is free education, free healthcare, free housing, free living, free. Because we the one built this world. We built the United States off our descendants' backs. And now, my opinion, since they have made social media, and I talked about this years ago on one of the episodes, since they had Google, social media, they have YouTube, they have all these media outlets where the history is being rewritten, or the history that they taught us was the history that they wanted to program us to say that it was right. Now the history that they gave us is wrong history. Now the old history and the real history is coming out, and these people going crazy. Look at it. Look at it for what it is. When they did the declarations of independence and Lincoln posed to free the slaves back in those days, they also had amendments. And then in those amendments, any indigenous people that had land, they only had it for 14 months. After 14 months, they was bringing in people from Poland, from Russia, from uh, Antarctica. I don't care. All them white countries, America was saying, come on over here. This is the land of the free. And those same people was going on them indigenous people's land, killing the whole family, and then putting their stake in they land, saying, this is ours. We claiming it. From the Appalachian Mountains on down to the south, all the way up north. Go do the research. You'll see what I'm talking about. I read a lot of stuff. I heard a lot of things, and and you got to put it in perspective. They didn't want us to have nothing. Especially, I was reading something where in the South, to keep black folks in check, they had a road where they was hanging black folks. And the black folks had to walk down this one road. And when they saw the people hanging from the trees, it was like ornaments, scaring and letting the other black folk know this is what happens to you if you don't listen to the master. And then you got people right now today that still have that mentality. I heard a lot of people doing the elections and the voting wanted to ride with somebody that's racist against you. But here it is, this orange baboon for 20 years only paid $750 in government and federal taxes. And a lot of us indigenous people, brown and black, got all our taxes taken away from child support, or you owing the federal government. And this is my thing. If you taxing me all year round, every time you get your taxes, it got FICA, it got state taxes, it might have COPA, it might have insurance. They always got some provision on your check where they're taking from you. If it's from $1.75 to $30 plus the taxes, then your insurance, if you're getting insurance from your job, they tax us on all that money. And then at the end of the day, we have to file taxes to see if we're going to get any money back. And 99% of the times, they taking them taxes too, because they never wanted us to have anything. They put the tax bracket high on the poor folk and giving all these millionaires and billionaires tax cuts. We the one need the tax cuts. If you want to give me reparations, don't tax me. Let me have all my money. You owe us. When we do file taxes, give us a reparation tax. $10,000 or better. Depends on how many kids you got. $10,000 per kid. If you're a single person, $25,000. Just because who we are. It's unrealistic, but if you want to talk about reparations, give it all to us. I'm just talking. What I'm saying, it might not be your ideal, but it opens up a conversation, dialogue. You understand me? So I'm back down now, and I'm getting back in the flow, and I'm gonna be having guests, and I want to talk to some people that that got their perspective. I want to hear from the women. I want from other men. I want to hear from the kids. And if I can get Lori on my show, I'm for Lori. She's slow on the draw. I'm not gonna badmouth her because she came in with a package deal. But she better wake up real quick, or she's next. I told y'all about Eddie Johnson. I told y'all about a lot of Kim Fox. I told y'all about Preckwinkle back in the day. Look at it. I didn't say anything wrong. It's unfolding in front of you. When your normal folks is being hurt in the society that we live in, yeah, you can do all these gun drives all you want. But as long as you got people from Indiana doing these backyard boogies on these guns, you're never gonna get all the guns off the street. And why did they? And I gotta play devil's advocate. Why should I give up my gun when the police is shooting me when I got my hands up? They choking me out because they saying I'm resisting. I'm resisting because I can't breathe. The military boy, he's a lieutenant in the medical field in the military. They pepper sprayed him. Then you had the nerve to talk crazy. Oh, the only thing happened to the police, he got fired. Y'all think about that. All right, y'all, it's about my time to get up out of here. But I want y'all to understand this. Love yourself, love one another, and I'll be back next Sunday, 6 to 7 on IntellectualRadio.com. Another perspective. Peace. And I'll talk to you with hair grease.
You the type that'll change your life, make them look at you in a different light. Still be shining on them 20 years later, just to show a hater that